Just like the street lights lit this town, like a fire in a blaze, gotta burn it down. Can't be afraid to leave this out. We got this far, don't know how. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we gonna let it away. Tonight, we gonna let it away. Tonight, we gonna let it away. Just like the sunrise, we gonna let it away. Just like a spark that's breaking out. Can't make a stop, can't turn back now. We know that there's no room for doubt. No, we can't turn back now. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we gonna let it away. Tonight, we gonna let it away. Tonight, we gonna let it away. Just like the sunrise, we gonna let it away.
Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing tonight? Welcome in. Welcome in. I feel like I'm really high up or my desk is really far down. Let's see. There we go. We'll just raise the desk up a little bit. But welcome in, everybody. Hopefully you guys are having a great start to your week. It is the 2nd of June already. I say that all the time. I always say already, but it is. It's the 2nd of June, and it was a little warmer here in Ohio today. I feel like I give you guys the weather every time I come on. It was warm. It was warm in Ohio today. It was like 75 degrees. It was beautiful. It was beautiful, beautiful out. But I wanted to let you guys know because I've been, wearing sweaters every day, it seems like. Now I can almost take the sweaters off. But thank you guys for joining me tonight for another live. I appreciate it so much. Hopefully you guys are having a great Monday. Like I said, start your week there. And we got Ladybug in here, and I'll go through some of the names. If I miss you, I'm sorry. I'll go through them kind of fast, and we'll get started with tonight's live. We'll give people enough time to kind of get in, get settled. Hey, Kathy. I had a good day. It was a doctor's day, doctor's visit. But all the metal in my legs and in my foot is doing good. It's all where it's supposed to be. So, that's can't beat that. Can't beat that. Hey, baby girl, driving home from work. Oh, be careful driving home. Hey, princess. My eyes have been burning today, too. Ever since I left, I hope no one got me sick or anything. Hey, True Crime Lullabies. Ever since I left there, though. Or it might have been, well, I went to the pool today. It could be the pool, being in the pool. I wasn't really in it, but I kind of got in for a second, a little bit. It's good to see everybody. Hey, Captain. I'm kind of going slow because I feel like I'm going to miss some names. But hey, Claw, welcome in. What's scary? 300 miles an hour. Oh, no, not me. I'm cool. I was like, what is it? Oh, thank you, True Crime Lullabies, for the $1.99. Appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you so much. You're not old, Kathy. 58's not old. Don't say that. My brother said he was 48. And I was like, oh, I didn't know. I didn't know if he was 47 or 48. I accidentally called him today. It only rang like a half a second. And I hung up. I was like, oops, didn't mean to do that. And he texted me. And he's like, I'm not in good service. And I was like, well, what the heavens? I didn't even know you got my phone call. But I'm glad he writes back, because if I'm calling him, it's usually because it's something, you know what I mean? Like something serious. Like he knows that he needs to answer the phone. Hey, Tony. Hey, Pete. So I probably tricked him today. I probably gave him a little, heart attack for nothing. Hey, Just Breathe. Welcome in. It's been a minute. I didn't, baby girl, but I'll check. I probably have it in my emails. I didn't check my email today. I will check it tomorrow and I get home from the doctor. I have to go to the doctor, or before, maybe I'll have time before. I have to go to the doctor tomorrow too. Hey, Ash. And it's for my foot. It's for both feet. Hey, Stew Pot. They fitted me for like these little braces today for my leg, my feet. Like I can wear them and walk around, in shoes or the house or whatever. So I'm standing up straighter. And the guy came in to like put them on my feet. And he's like, how many do you need? And I was like, 2. And he's like, oh, wow. And I'm like, yeah, I got 2 bad legs. Hey, Amanda, welcome in. So I thought it was pretty funny. We laughed. And they called my name today, and me and another lady, we both stood up. I was like, what are the chances? What are the chances? Hey, Doodlebug. It was just our first name they called, so, which is weird. They just called our first name. Oh, get in the shower, just cut your hair. So yeah, I'll check my emails tomorrow, baby girl. Hey, Machachi, unless it's really important and I'll check it right now. Let me know. Did I get everybody? Hey, Princess Megan, Elsa, how are you doing? It's been a while. Oh, there's so much news about Bryan. There's so much. You've been missing out. Hey, Machachi, thank you again. And hello again. I appreciate that. Did you go surfing today? Oh, okay. Thank you. I'll try anything. Anything that's over the counter, I'll give it a try. She asked me today what I tried. She says, are you on she's like, what do you take for pain? And I was like, Advil. She's like, really? And I was like, yeah, that's all I take is Advil. So I guess I impressed her today. She's my new surgeon. So my old surgeon left. Bye-bye. He was nice, but I don't know. She's better. I don't know. I haven't even had a surgery with her yet, but her bedside manner was really good. She got me with her bedside manner today. So, when they can do that, they could do that. And I told the nurses how much I love them. I was like, I love you guys so much. They probably thought I was like on something because I was literally going, I just love you guys. Caffeine pills. Well, shoot. I remember taking those in high school. Hey, Dion. Hey, Ray. Okay, my nose feels like it's running already. So I'm going to get started with tonight's live. If you guys are able to and you would like to become a member, I did pin the link for the channel membership at the top of the live tonight. That way it's easier because I always forget to put the link in chat. So it's pinned for you. If you would like to become a member of our awesome, awesome channel and our family, we do good things over here. We do members only lives. We're going to be we just started last month, but we're going to be doing a members only giveaway once a month. And then the giveaway amount will depend on like how many members we have. I think we're going to do like, don't quote me yet, but I'm thinking maybe like 10% of whatever we get for memberships. We'll put that back into giving to our members, give back. But we do members only videos and members only lives and all that good stuff. So if that's something you're into and you want to hang around the channel, we'd love to have you. So I did put this timeline on just a Google Doc because I didn't feel like putting it on Canva, but because Canva is so small, it would be hard to see. But we'll go over the timeline, and then we're going to go into the house, like the mock house that they have, that we've been using for the Idaho 4. This one here. Actually, let's go outside because we'll be going outside, but this one here. So we'll hit up the timeline and then we'll go from there. How about that? If you guys don't mind, take a second, hit the like button, share the video, subscribe to the channel, do all the things. We'd love to have you in chat. If you're just watching and you'd like to chat with us, we'd love to chat with you. We are good people over here. I'll say that again. I do want to say that on June 8th, it's going to be Kaylee Jade Day, and I will put the flyer up at the end of the live. So on that day that they ask her parents and family and friends, ask for you to do something nice for yourself for that day, do something good for yourself. So make sure that you do, or if you want to pass it on and do something good for someone else, like Maddie May Day, you could do that too. Sure, they wouldn't care. Okay, so at 1:30 a.m. on November 13th, this is the updated timeline after, the text messages and the 911 calls and all of that kind of stuff was released. But we're going to go just up until, we're not going to go through the 911 call again, but we'll just go up until the police arrived. And then we'll take it from there over to the next page. And then I have some questions to ask you guys too that I wrote down. So, basically, tonight, I just want to go over the timeline in terms of how long Bryan was in the house, allegedly. This is all alleged, and if he could pull off, killing 4 people in the span of only 14 minutes. Now that we have the Dateline video, we have a better handle on, the timeline of events and stuff like that. So, thanks, Dateline. So at 1:30 a.m., Mogan and Gonzalez left the Corner Club, and I think everybody knows them by their last names. So if you need help, let me know. At 1:40 a.m., Mogan and Gonzalez were seen on a live Twitch stream at a food truck called The Grub Truck, located 4 blocks south of Friendship Square. They received their food about 10 minutes later and departed, reportedly returning home via a private party ride. At 1:45 a.m., all 4 victims were back at the King Road house. 2 other roommates who were not harmed were also at home. At 2 a.m., all occupants of the King Road residence, victims and surviving roommates were at home. Most were asleep or in their rooms by 4 a.m. At 2:10 a.m., Dylan sends a text message to EG, and that's an Uber driver, and to inquire if he's out driving, because we know now that they were going to go get food. But then they decided not to. At 2:42, Bryan Kohberger's phone with the 8458 was using cellular resources near his apartment in Pullman, Washington. At 2:44 a.m., surveillance cameras at Washington State University captured a white sedan matching Kohberger's Hyundai Elantra heading north. At 2:47 a.m., Kohberger's phone stops reporting to the network, a common tactic to avoid tracking. At 2:53 a.m., the white Elantra was seen traveling southeast towards State Route 270, the highway connecting Pullman, Washington, and Moscow, Idaho. So he's just driving right along, straight on through. I always wonder, like, why on the way there did he go straight there, but then on the way back he took the funkiest route? Like, wouldn't you do it both? Like, you know what I mean? Wouldn't you take that funky route, like going both ways to not be detected? I don't know. I would have steered clear of Washington State University campus. I mean, anybody knows that college campuses have cameras everywhere, and they're good cameras. They're not just, they're not crappy cameras by any means. So then at 2:47, his phone stops reporting. At 2:53, the white Elantra was seen traveling southeast towards State Route 270, the highway connecting Pullman, Washington, and Moscow, Idaho. At 3:29 a.m., security footage in Moscow, Idaho recorded the suspect vehicle traveling westbound. At 4 a.m., victim Xana Kernodle received a DoorDash delivery at the residence. At 4 a.m., surviving roommate DM was awakened by noises and thought she heard Kaylee Gonzalez playing with her dog. At 4:04, the suspect vehicle was seen driving eastbound on King Road, making multiple passes before attempting to park. At 4:12 a.m., Kernodle was active on TikTok, suggesting she was awake at the time. At 4:12 a.m., DM heard crying from Xana Kernodle's room and a male voice say, "It's okay, I'm going to help you." And I believe that was more in the bathroom. She said she heard it like in the bathroom. 4:17 a.m., a security camera near the house picked up sounds of voices, a loud thud, and a dog barking. I looked everywhere for that Dateline clip of that, and I could not find it anywhere. And I know they played it on Dateline. I just couldn't find the clip. So if you know where that's out, let me know. But if not, it's cool. We don't need the clip. But I was just going to listen. I was just going to play it for you guys. But at 4:20 a.m., the suspect vehicle was seen fleeing the area at a high speed. And then that's when the text messages kind of start. You know, from 4:22 to 4:32, so 10 minutes, they're texting. At 5:25 a.m., the white Elantra was caught on 5 security cameras back at home in Washington near WSU campus. At 5:30 a.m., Kohberger's phone reconnects to the network, consistent with his return to his apartment. And then at 9 a.m., that's when he leaves and he comes back towards Moscow, and he's seen, or not seen, I'm sorry, but they're saying that he was back at the crime scene for about 10 minutes. And then that's when they're texting again, you know, and then they call law enforcement. So that's basically the timeline that we have. Hey, Aries. Hey, Lenora. Hey, Mandy, did you just change your name? Shortened it? So that is the timeline there. I was on another screen, so I didn't get to see your guys's text or anything. So I was looking. Well, thank you so much, True Crime Lullabies. That's so kind. Thank you. My little eyes are burning. I'm sorry, guys. No one better got me sick in that hospital today. I swear, every time I go to the hospital, though, I always come home and I always feel like just, you know what I mean, like off. I don't know why. Okay, thank you so much, True Crime Lullabies. That was so sweet. Oh, I couldn't, baby girl. She said, "Could you imagine being part of the team who went over the video footage of Moscow looking for Brian's car?" No. I wouldn't be able to pick it out, though. See, I'm not, yeah, I would. Good thing that they have people that are really good at that stuff, you know? Like, able to sit there and watch frame by frame by frame. And then, you know, I don't know how many cars are traveling that late at night on those highways, or state routes. I think they're more like state routes, but still, it didn't really seem like a lot and you know, whenever we do, I'm going to show you the security footage from the house at 1112. And he was the only car like in the neighborhood, you know, whenever we were watching people were watching the Linda Lane. I don't know how many cars left out of there. I only watched an hour worth, maybe like an hour and a half. And I think I saw like 2 cars leave. So for being like a college town, there was, you know, I mean, not a lot of activity, I feel like, around there. Especially for it being like, you know, Saturday going into Sunday. So I found this. I knew it was here, so I went over and I took it from Jay. So Jay's for Justice. She clipped the Dateline episode part of when he's rolling into the neighborhood and then when he's exiting. So she like clipped it so we could see it all. I'm going to put her video link in the chat. Thank you, Mia More. I appreciate that. And then there's the link to this video. I'm sure she won't care that I'm using it. I don't think she'll care at all. But it's only like 10 seconds, so it's going to go fast. But I'm going to play it through, and then I'm going to... I'm going to play it through. It's super fast. And then maybe I could actually slow it down. Let's slow it down just like a little bit. Maybe like 0.75, because then you might be able to see it better. Why can't I see the time as good anymore? Maybe it's just right here. Because I know earlier I was looking at the time. So, okay, I'm going to play this. Just look in the right-hand corner up at the top. You're going to want to look just like at the time, and then I'll stop it like after we play it once through, and we'll look at the times together.
That terrible night, pulling up to the house just before the murders occurred and speeding away after.
His primary objective now is to...
Okay, that's basically it. There's no more after that. What I wanted to show you was, let me see here. If I could take it back. So he enters, like, it's right here at 4:06:50, right? I don't know if he was giving himself, if he had like a stopwatch on, maybe. But just hear me out. But do you guys think that he timed himself, like how much time he was going to allow himself in that house? Like, I don't know if one victim was his target and he ended up, unaliving, killing 4 people altogether, or if he went in there and he didn't know how many people were in the house and he didn't know how many people he was going to end up killing. It could be either or. But he comes in at 4:06:50, and you'll see when he leaves at 4:20:50. That's when he's like flying out of there. Like when you see him on camera again. So it's like, I don't know, just the 50 part at the end. It just kind of was like, wow, he was right on the second there, wasn't he? Just seems like maybe he was only giving himself a certain amount of time. I think he might have timed it, yeah. He does look like the type, doesn't he, baby girl? He looks like the type to have one little calculator. Well, I have one on my phone, but you know what I mean? Or my watch, but those little calculator watches. See, that's what I thought too, Claude, because like he would have to know, how many people were in there. He would have to know that there was at least 5 people in there. Wasn't there 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars, I believe? Probably, with a pocket protector. You think he's the one that was calling the police on them? He could have been. I mean, when Kaylee came out for the one that we saw her in August, when she came out the back door, he was like, hello. And she's like something like, he said, you know why I'm here? And she's like, noise complaint. Like she had been used to them she was comfortable with them at some level. Do you know what I mean? Knowing that she knew it was a noise complaint. Like she was like, oh, yep, here we go. Here we go. So he comes in at 4:06:50. So if we're going to do a timeline and see if he can do this in 14 minutes, because I thought it was 16 minutes, but then I saw this and I was like, 14, more like 14 minutes. Then we're going to have to time it out. Hey, Carl, I have to timeline it out. So he is pulling, this is the end of King Road. So let me share this tab with you here. He's down here at the end of the street. So basically, he's just going to come up Queen Road. What we think he did anyway was turn up here, turn up this road and then park behind the house. And I pulled up, well, son of a gun, I thought I pulled up a picture behind the house. Oh, wait, I did. I had to take it from Gray Hughes because I was trying to find a better picture, and this is the best one I could find of like the back of it. So he would have came up here, we're assuming, and he would have parked, right? Now, if he's parked up here, how's he getting down to the house? Which way is he going? Because this looks pretty steep, doesn't it? Let me blow it up. Maybe that'll help you see a little better. It's hard to see, but like he would probably come up here and park. And so that gives me another question that I never asked before. Do you think that Maddie or Kaylee could have seen whoever it was, if it was Bryan or whoever, allegedly whoever did this, could have seen them pull up and assume like they were there for their house, or like maybe they thought that was the DoorDash order? Like, I'm wondering if I wish that someone could tell me if they lived in the area. Where's Kaylee when you need her? She lives in the area. If you put in Google Maps and you put in 1122 King Road, I wonder if it takes you to the front, like where the driveway is, or if it takes you to this back parking lot. It's just like what I'm curious about, because this house was built in so many different like ways and at different times. I don't know which is considered the front door. Is it the back or is it the front? Do you know what I mean? How some houses are considered like the back door is considered the front door. I'm assuming it's the front, but you know. Well, I wasn't sure if they saw like lights, pulling in and just being like, oh, it's like that's someone's here, like, and said that's when Kaylee could have said, oh, there's someone here, and put Murphy into the bedroom, or I don't know. Because I think that Kaylee was in her room personally, and Maddie was in hers. But if we're playing, the way that things are said by or not law enforcement, but the way that things have been said, they were in bed together when they died. So we'll say that they were in bed together. Now the window is a little off from the bed, so I'll show you a picture of that too. So this is Maddie's room. So they would have been like right here, basically, like right where the camera is. So I don't know if they would have really seen this, but the foliage wouldn't be as thick back there either. So just figured I'd ask you guys that, because I never thought about it before. Like, could they have seen him pulling in? I mean, but if you saw him pulling in, don't you think you'd see him coming in? Maybe not. Maybe they said, oh, I don't know that guy. Thank you, Machichi. Hit the like button. Yeah. Oh, I haven't heard that claw. What did Mandy say? Let me go back up. Mandy, what'd you say? Oh, do I not see it? Oh, there it is. Surveillance of the area, and then make a call for noise complaint and see how long it takes for PD to come. So he has an idea of how long it took, just in case someone else called. Yeah, but he knew where the police station was. He applied there. You would think he would know, like, how long it would take if it was, an emergency, or if, like, I guess he could have always just seen what a noise complaint is a noise complaint considered an emergency, really. Do you know what I mean? I know it would be for me, though. If I was filing a noise complaint, it would be for me. Okay. So let's say we're going to go in through the front, because like we can't go in through the slider door, but I'm going to take us to the slider door. But this is the front. So the front, I'm still finding like reports that the front door was wide open at 8:30 in the morning. Now, I don't know why, when Dylan was running down the stairs to Bethany's room, if that door was open at that point, it should have been, right? Like, then why didn't she shut it? Because Bryan would have already exited through the back slider door, or maybe he didn't exit whenever she thought he was going towards the back slider door. Maybe he went back upstairs, try to look for the sheath. Maybe he couldn't see it with like no light up there or something, and he just decided to like exit the house at that point. We don't know. So we're going to try to time it. Let's actually go upstairs to the kitchen. Let me find the kitchen. Okay. So I think this is like as close as I can get. Maybe I can click here. Okay. So Bryan enters the King Road residence or King Road Road again at 406:50. So we'll say 407. So from the end of the street that I just showed you guys, right, to the back of the house, how many minutes do you guys think that would take to do that? To like drive your car, park it, get out, and get to the back slider door? 3 minutes? 2 minutes? That's the only thing I don't really know. Like, I can't really judge. I don't know. See, I don't think so. The more I hear, like, when like Mr. and Mrs. Gonzalez said, like, his age and like how their daughter wouldn't hang around somebody that was that old, that like stuck with me. I was like, yeah, that's true. I mean, that's a pretty decent age difference, you know? So I think that they would have like recognized him. I mean, he might have been in there once. But I don't know if he was ever in there again. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think that if he did go in there, they would all like maybe kind of look at him a little differently because he was a little older. And there might be like whispers or something. And then just be like, don't let that guy come back again. I mean, but then what if he came back and there was a party going? I don't see people saying no, like turning him away at the same time. But I don't know. I think that he might have even been too scared to go around those girls and Ethan, you know, without a knife. So I guess you can go to this just shows you the kitchen patio. Yeah, see, like, that's pretty steep. I don't know. Do you think he'd just be walking? Just going to walk down here? I guess if he had his boots and stuff on, they said he was wearing boots, so. Yeah, see, 27, yeah, I don't think I'd hang out with someone that was 27 when I was 21. Me too, Ladybug. I think he left through that door. These pillars on these little stones, that's scaring the crap out of me. Nope. That house looks like it could fall over. I would not. I would be so nervous. I'd still be standing out on the balcony. Is this something that I needed to show you? No, I didn't, because we had the other one. Okay. Okay, so let's go back. So we've got him coming in. We'll say, I'm going to write this down so I don't forget the times. At 4, he's in the neighborhood at, oh wait, I'm sorry, at 4:06, but I meant to keep that up. That I just took off the screen. On another, okay, so on Court TV's live, like on their Dateline episode that they put up, it actually hits 4:07. But whenever he's like turning around, so we'll say it was 4:07. And then he would enter at like what, 3 minutes later, you think? I don't even know if it would be that long, really, to get from, just the end of this road to the back with, and then this is Gray Hughes's like, video, but I don't think he goes. No, he doesn't go. Does he go this way? But he does go that way. So let me see. I'll take so you don't have to hear the voice. Okay, he does move it over. Okay. I didn't know that he did that. So then he would be down like where this like White House is coming up. This is a small little, alley or whatever. He'd have to drive up and then just park the car over here. If he came in back through the back slider door. Now, it's going to take you a second to get down that, I feel like, down to the slider door. But I would say, 3 minutes? So that puts him at 4:10. Oh, I love these pens, but I hate when they get dry, like these ones, because then they don't write. 4:10 a.m. Okay, now we're going to enter in the house, and we're going to go back to where we were, in the kitchen. if I can get us there. Okay, whoops. So I think he knew exactly where he was going and knew what he like. I have a feeling anyway. We think that from hearing Steve Gonzalez say, you know, he didn't have to go upstairs. He didn't have to go up the stairs. A lot of people still ask me, what does that mean? And my interpretation of that is one of the victims that were on the third floor was the target, because if not, if the target was on the second floor or the first floor, he would have never had to have gone to the third floor. And that's what I took Steve as saying. So let's say Bryan Kohberger or whoever did this, allegedly, we're going to say Bryan though, but comes through the kitchen, enters through here, goes straight up to the third floor. Like, this is pretty quick. I mean, this is like a computer, but you know, now making it up to the third floor, that would probably take all of 30 seconds, 45 seconds. And then you have Kaylee's room here. And at this point, in my opinion, I would say that she was probably either in her bed, or if she was with Maddie, she would have been in Maddie's bed. So Kaylee's room's there. These are the stairs you just came up. We just came up the stairs here. And then this is Maddie's room. So enter in Maddie's room. Stand to the side of the bed. This is the side of, like, this is the wall that they would have been up against. This would have been the corner that Kaylee would have been found up against. And then this would have been his, oops, I wanted to go the other way, but it wouldn't let me. His POV or whatever. So, not to be graphic, but it would probably not take more than 15 to 30 seconds with a knife like that. I wonder if you could look that up. I'm gonna go to prison with my Google searches. Let's see. It's not telling me. It says, I don't even know what that means. Okay. Does the U.S. military still use K-bar knives? They do remain the first choice for many men and women of the service. Wow. The USMC utility knife. So the one that he bought, the original, remains the first choice for many men and women of the service, who carry it as their personal knife option. Now it says they're good for like self-defense. Okay, well, I tried to put it in, it didn't let me. Wouldn't answer my question. But it did bring up Amazon. So look at that. No, we don't have a confirmed order of the attack. No. Well, no. We're just going off of kind of what we know. Like, you know, based off what we know. Yeah. I'm like, let me think about that for a minute. But yeah, that's pretty much what it is. So the cable, I'm going to go back over here for a minute and stand in the hallway. Well, or right here. I wanted to see what was all on this wall. So it says bedroom 3A confirmed as victim Madison Mogan's room. And then this is the window here. And you can see outside that way. And then those are her little boots. And her mom was wearing those recently in pictures that we saw.
As I entered this bedroom, I could see two females in the single bed in the room. Both Goncalves and Mogan were deceased with visible stab wounds. I also later noticed what appeared to be a tan leather knife sheath laying on the bed next to Mogan's right side, when viewed from the door. The sheath was later processed and had K-Bar, USMC, and the United States Marine Corps Eagle Globe and Anchor insignia stamped on the outside of it. The Idaho State Lab later located a single source of male DNA, left on the button snap of the knife sheath.
Sorry, I had to blow my nose. I'll turn my camera back on just a second. I was like, man, I forgot about the affidavits. I wanted to actually like read or let you listen to those as we were going along, viewing the room. So, okay. 4:10 he enters, we'll say. We'll go, I would say and you guys let me know what you guys think too, because I mean, you guys might be a lot better at this. You might know how to even map it out and know the time for sure. But I would say by like what 4:12, I think that he was walking out of probably Maddie's room. It probably wouldn't have taken that long. Especially, I guess, if they were in bed together at the time. Kaylee could still put up a fight and, have defensive wounds, but it might have been like faster that way, I feel like, than if she were in her room and she ran across and, they got in some sort of like, battle that way. And then she ended up on the bed, against the wall, which is, it's terribly sad that they like, they like lived their lives together, and died in the same room. It's terrifying. Do I get subscribers that don't show on screen? I don't think so. Yeah, Xana was active on TikTok. Yeah. So she could have been, we already know she was awake downstairs when all of this was going on, up on that, up on the third floor. So I guess, if, Xana didn't hear it, Ethan didn't hear it, that's probably why maybe Dylan didn't hear it, Same reason why, they didn't hear it as well. Now, we don't know, maybe, Xana heard something downstairs whenever he was, obviously when he was coming down there, she saw him, they ran into each other at some point. That's what we think anyway, because he says something to the effect of, I'm here to help you. So, 4:12, we'll say, maybe 4:13, he goes, like, leaves the room. Just writing myself a note because I'll forget. And that just says that Kaylee and Maddie were found. And I think that we already read that. This is from the affidavit, page 2. As I entered the room, I could see 2 females in a single bed in the room. Both Gonzalez and Mogan were deceased with visible stab wounds. I also later noticed what appeared to be a tan leather knife sheath laying on the bed next to Mogan's right side when viewed from the door. The sheath was later processed and had K-Bar, USMC, and a United States Marine Corps Eagle Globe and anchor insignia stamped on the outside of it. The Idaho State Lab later located a single source of male DNA, suspect profile, left on the button snap of the knife sheath. You big dummy. Okay, that was dumb, huh? So then you get back down the stairs. Oh, I gotta turn around. Sorry, I'm not very good at this. I'm making myself dizzy. Probably making you guys dizzy. Okay. So second floor, he probably met Xana, we're assuming maybe somewhere in this area. Now, she said it sounded like more like it was in the bathroom. So if that's the case, then, Bryan walked this way for a reason. Do you know what I mean? Because he could have, if like he was done, right? If he was only going to unalive one, Maddie and Kaylee, he could have walked out that back slider door right there. But instead, something brought him around this way, to Xana's room. towards the bathroom because Dylan is saying that she thought she heard voices in the bathroom. I'm assuming it was this bathroom and not the one over here. Right? Oh, no, there's only one bathroom. That's the closet. Okay. I was thinking there's only one bathroom on each floor. Sorry, guys. Okay. I'm going a little nuts over here with the bathrooms. Okay. So maybe he saw her walking back towards this way and he followed her and she didn't hear him. Or he was coming this way because maybe he heard her TikTok going on her phone. There could be there could be a bunch of reasons why he would, come this way, I guess. Hey, Truth Mama. I was just reading you guys this stuff. Oh, we might have heard the toilet flush. Yeah, that could be it. Or yeah, was Anna in the bathroom when he came in her area? Yeah. She could have been. She could have been. Wow, I didn't even think about that. I wonder if I can stand. It wasn't, it was a speculation, but now we know that he wasn't. But what's this? Okay. Just wanted to see how big this bathroom kind of was. They're all almost the same size. I wonder if I can get back out. Yeah, I can. Okay. So they would have been in the hallway. Let's go back out here so we can time ourselves. Okay. So he comes down at what? 4:12, 4:13. Says she was on the app at 4:12. I mean, if she could have been holding her phone in her hand though too, and it could have just been like playing over and over. Or he followed her, to her bedroom. And that's, maybe she turned around. Maybe she went into the kitchen, dropped her food off on the counter behind the sink or whatever. And then was walking back towards her bedroom. It's just crazy because if the lights were out and she was wearing like all black like she was that day, it would be kind of hard to even see her walking around with her dark hair. I mean, it gets dark in that place when you like view at night. And if this light wasn't on especially. But this is the good vibe sign, and then this is the kitchen. So when you exit, it always moves you around. Okay, so he would come down the stairs, 4:12, 4:13, right after he, unalived Maddie and Kaylee, goes into Xana's room. Now, he's going to take more time in there because of what happened to them. There was 2 victims. Not only was there 2 victims, one was a male. Not only that, but what was I going to say? Xana put up a fight. There was something else I was going to say. Dang it. I can't remember what I was saying now about it. Oh, and Ethan's legs had been, carved is what they said. So if that's true, he would have had to have been in there more longer anyway. And he sat in the chair. They remember Dateline said that they had like I guess it was his little ass print in the chair. I'm assuming. So if that's the case, he had to have had biological stuff all over him to put an imprint in the chair, especially with your butt. Because how are you getting all of that on the backside of you? Unless I guess when you're, this is very like, sorry, trigger warning, but if you're taking the weapon and you're going like this and it's like flinging back on you, I guess, but not that much to where you would be able to see a whole print, right? That would be a lot. Now that I'm like thinking more about that, I'm like, Dateline, you sure about that? Or maybe he sat on the bed and then just got up and then sat on the chair or something. Oh, we don't know. I was assuming the back. Yeah, but like it would be so if he's on top of them and they're bleeding, it would be like on the front of him, right? It wouldn't be like on the back of him where when you sit down on your butt, that transfer. You know what I mean? What'd you say, Ash? Could have, yeah. That could have been yeah, Ash, yeah. Yeah, he did jog. He effed up. And and carving of the legs, why? Was it because he was male? That's the only thing I can think of. He didn't do that to anybody else that we know of. And they did say that he hit, I believe they said that he hit a like a vein or something, maybe like in the neck. So carotid artery, that would, within seconds, you would be passed out. And within a minute, minutes, you'd be dead. You think Xan and Ethan were unexpected? See, I think so too, but then it's like if he was here, if Dylan was hearing noises from the bathroom, why didn't Kohberger, allegedly, if he was just going to unalive Maddie and Kaylee on the 3rd floor, why didn't he come down these steps and go straight out the back slider door and leave? Because she would have been all the way over, here or something. Unless she was in the kitchen and he turned her around and didn't say a word to her until they got to the bathroom. And then he said, "I'm here to help you. It's okay. I'm here to help you." Because maybe she was starting to panic. Like she knew something was wrong. Like, who the hell are you in the black balaclava with the Dickies outfit on and the boots? Like, who are you? And you're like 28. Who are you? That would be scary. So, oopsie. We'll go back and we'll go into the room. Okay. I don't know what this is. Okay, this is a picture showing just the outside. Someone had taken this from, I guess, when they had moved out. And this is the bedroom here. We're saying it's safe to assume that the bed was on this wall. I'm assuming that the chair is like right here. The chair was like right here. I'm assuming. I don't know. I have no idea where the chair was in the room. If you guys know, let me know. But I'm just assuming. And then they do have where... I was trying to see where... This right here. Okay. So then, the blood was seeping out of the house. So if you see the south wall there, you'll see like Xana's bedroom with her bed against the wall. So that's how we're thinking that the blood came down the wall. I'm thinking probably Ethan. Poor Ethan. Don't know why whoever did this, if it was Bryan or whoever, felt the need to carve the legs. Like, I don't know. I just wish I knew what that meant, like what he carved. If it was like, if he tried to carve a word, or if it was just like the way that he was cut, it was like carvings. Because as far as we know, Bryan Kohberger ain't good with a knife, right? He not good with fishing anyway. But obviously, if you're trying to unalive somebody, you don't have to be very proficient with a knife. You just have to know where to direct it. But that's like a closer picture. And then this is the one with the bed in the room. What's this? Oh, that's the one with the bed out of the room. Bed in the room. Bed out of the room. And then this just shows like where the piping would have been and where the blood would have went down And then this is them looking at it, like taking a look, see, like, I'm sure they were probably like, we've never seen that before. Not in Moscow, you know? Okay, I think we saw everything in there. Okay, so let's go back out. If he comes down the stairs and he's there at 412, 413, meets Xana, we'll say he just met her somewhere in this area, directs her back to the room, and then he unalives her right as she's going into the bedroom, it sounds like, because her feet were towards the door and her head was towards the wall. That's how she was found. So they fought. Now, I don't know if they fought and she had hurt her fingers and hands really, really badly. And so he could move on to Ethan really quick and do what he needed to do to Ethan and then go back to Xana, because he would have had to have incapacitated Ethan before Xana hit that bedroom door, because she would have been yelling for Ethan. Do you know what I mean? And so I feel like Ethan would have been found out of the bed. If he would have had any chance to get up, I think he would have got up. Does that make sense? So it would only take 15 seconds to get through this hallway, 30 seconds if you're talking. And then I don't know how long he spent in that room. But what if he spent 4 minutes, 5 minutes? That would be a long time. And that would put him at 418 approximately. So then let's say it's 418 when he's leaving the bedroom, gets to his car and is speeding away. That's like that could be like 2 minutes. Just, talking it out here with you guys. But yeah, if let's say he was in the bedroom, walks out, sees Dylan, doesn't see Dylan. Maybe he walks out the back slider. We don't know. Maybe he turns it around and says, nope, she saw me, or I don't know what he could have been doing, but maybe he turned around and he just went out the front door, could have done that. Hey, Felicia, it has been. How's the babies? Good to see you. Yeah, Tom, I think that, yeah. Tom said, agreed, probably planned a perfect strategy with his knowledge on Maddie alone. Everyone else being there caused him to stress, leave Sheath, and take the fury out on Ethan. Yeah, that's what it sounds like. I don't think he expected a guy to be there. I think that that was like a no-no. I mean, I'm not saying that he doesn't like men or anything. I'm not saying that about Kohberger, but I am saying that Jay Logston is no longer on his team and they're all women now. And so I will say that. I will say that. So, and him and Jay never even sat beside each other in court. They always had Jay sitting behind him. I don't know. It was just very weird. Their relationship was very weird. Hey, get to the ducking point. Welcome in, everybody. Hey, Stephanie. I'm just reading your guys' chats. 6 Minute Mile. If I would. If I could do a 6 minute mile, that'd be amazing. Maybe back in the day. No, not even back in the day. I'm not going to lie. And I ran. I didn't run. I was more of a jogger. I know we got the whole fam. I thought about it. I thought about it, baby girl. It's possible. I thought about doing it where because I think my stairs to my apartment up are the same amount as these. I think I counted these. There's like 8 or 9 on the first and 8 on the second. I can't remember. It was years ago when I counted them. Let's see. We'll go count them. But, and I was going to see like if I could do it, like how long it would take me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 8. Wow. I knew that. Okay. Yeah. And then, I mean, if he did go downstairs, this door was open. So this door right here was left open. And this is what the lock is supposed to look like. Look how dirty that door is. Oh gosh, kids. I don't want to go outside. Well, I guess we could. I mean, then you could go out the front door, go up around. Wonder if there's any cameras like facing outward, like over towards the house, like on the side of it. Like over here, like towards this side. These are just photos of the house, I think. There's all the photos. And then this is, I think, oh yeah, that's what it looks like. Well, not recently because they don't have the fence up anymore. I'm totally surprised that they didn't do something with this property yet. I really am. I truly, truly am. It's heartbreaking, actually. I mean, if you're going to tear the house down, that's one thing. I understand that, whatever, right? But put something there. Like the students were saying that they wanted a parking lot there because it's hard to pull up into the back parking lot in the wintertime. If they could have something, they said a parking lot would be nice. Why not put a parking lot there? And how about a call, like a call thing, like a call button for campus police, even though it's not on campus, just because it's 1122. And that's what the victims probably would want, something that's going to help other students, maybe. So, and then put up some trees, 4 little trees. Could have did that. We'd all be happy with that. I would have been. Who's gifted memberships out? Jenna, thank you so much. Welcome in, everybody. Because now they can't even just go to the house to look at it for their memories. Or I don't know if parents would want to. I think the Gonzalez's might, I know that they were really big into not wanting the house torn down. And I understand the house, a lot of people don't want the house torn down. But at the same time, the house had like asbestos problems. They sprayed chemicals in there that weren't safe for like, people to be just walking around in. And they took like the walls out, flooring out, baseboards out. So the house was like gutted pretty much. Now, how did they get all that out and we didn't see it? I don't know. They were sneaky. I know that. I think that when they were going in there to clean it, that's when they were taking stuff out. That's why they had the big drape over the door and stuff. And they didn't want anyone seeing anything happening. I think that's when they were taking the stuff out. Hey, Mr. Rosebud. It's good to see you. I was just reading, sorry. Like, why were you there 23 times stalking? Yeah. He was just in the neighborhood stargazing. Oh, I would love that. I know, what idiot. That was a good idea to go by the house the next day. They usually return to the scene. Now, to me, if he was returning, right, either way, like if it was for the sheath or was to look as the spectator, he was surprised. He got a surprise when he pulled up. If he saw Dylan anyway, right? If he saw Dylan, then he got a surprise because there was nobody there. There were no cops. There was no, lights, sirens, people screaming. It was just silence. So if he did see Dylan, I'm saying, like, if he did, he would probably be like, where is everybody? Like, where's the cops? Right? I'm surprised he didn't call him on himself just to get him over there. I mean, I've seen worse. I've seen dumber. They come in. Yeah. Yeah, 3 sides, no problem. Yeah, email me, titaniumbuiltboo@gmail.com. I need to change my email. I was gonna read another, a couple comments that I thought I saw. Oh, Felicia, thanks. I wrote out to, I wrote a really nice letter to Mr. and Mrs. Gonzalez today. So I said, you're more than welcome. I said it a lot nicer, you know what I mean? A lot better. To come on the show if you'd like to for Kaylee Jade Day, like around that day, you know. And I said, if not, do you mind if I share out her flyer? So, which I mean, I already did yesterday. I don't think they would mind, but you know, I did ask. Okay. So, I mean, yeah, I think he had plenty of time to do this crime. Go in there in 14 minutes and leave. He enters around 4:10. Well, we see him on camera at 4:06:50, and then by the time that he like turns it around and is going back up, it's like 4:07. So 4:07 probably takes him about he's down here just to drive up through and around, park in the back. Let's say he parked in the back. That would be 40 or 4:10 when he parks and goes into the house. I would say 4:10. Now, we don't know how long he sat in his car back there before he went into the house. I think he parked it and he just jumped out. I think he was like, it's now or never, because he was cruising, doing all those 3-point turns and looking like he was drunk driving, up and down the block for, 30 minutes or more before he, actually did this. So I think that was him pumping himself up. And then when he was like parking, he just parked it and got out and went. Think he knew which door he was going to enter through before he got there, whether that was the front door he entered through or it was the back slider. Well, and we may find out at trial. We may never know for sure. But no, I think he went in that back slider. He went up to the 3rd floor where Maddie and Kaylee were, unalived both of them. I think he took 2 to 3 minutes to do that. So that would put him around 4:12, 4:13. And then I believe that he met Xana down in the hallway somewhere, maybe close to the bathroom. That's why maybe the bathroom door may have been open. Maybe there was like an echo, and that's what Dylan heard. So she assumed it was in the bathroom. But maybe it was just like close by the bathroom, and that's why it was echoing. And I think that that would have been around 4:13. I think that he could have done that in about 5 minutes, what he did to them, or less. And then sat down, did the whole sitting down in the chair. Like, were you tired, bro? What the hell? Who says? I mean, maybe he sat down to take off his shoe, like his boot covers and things, because when he does go back through the kitchen, like he's going towards the back slider, they said, when he sees Dylan, she doesn't mention anything about gloves, boot covers, a bag that he was carrying. She says something about she thought she saw a vacuum cleaner attachment, but that could have been the knife. That was probably 100% the knife. So just curious where the boot, you know what I mean? Because like there was nothing left there. I'm assuming he had some sort of protective covering on that he took off, especially like the Dickies and stuff. I don't know if he walked out wearing that. I doubt it. I think that if he was covered in, if he did that, okay, if he committed this crime, right? Whoever committed this crime, they would have been covered in blood. They would have been. Like, I think he took that Dickies outfit off. Maybe he shoved it in a little bag, like a little drawstring bag, like those little Nike pouches they have, that are, I don't know. I used to have them back for school when I was younger for shoes and stuff. But they could fit that in there. Whatever you would need, your boot covers could put in there. You could put your mask in there, whatever. And then maybe he just left the balaclava on. Which, too bad he didn't take that off. right? I mean, well, I guess actually good thing he kept it on, because maybe that's why he didn't, do anything to Dylan. He was like, she won't notice who I am. She won't be able to identify me. I don't know. But if he did do all of this, that would have put, and it was like, it's by like this time, it would put it at 4:18. So he would have, 2 minutes to skedaddle out of the house. And then, leave and be seen at 4:20 on the camera. He made so many stupid mistakes. Yeah, Felicia. He really did. He really did. Like if he wouldn't have left the knife sheath, and he wouldn't have had the surveillance, he probably would have got away with this. If this was like in the 80s, 90s even, because the technology we have today is incredible, I mean, we're arresting a lot of people with IgG. And he should have known that. He should have known that above anybody. I guess he thought he did. His phone, yeah. I wonder if they would have been able to figure, I mean, I guess they probably would have. I don't know though, because he turned it all. I don't know. That would have probably taken a lot more investigating, to even early 2000s. That's true. Was it that night, Friday 17, 1970 at 3 a.m. there were torrential storms. No lit candle is happening. Yeah, well, the night that this happened, it was the night that this happened, it was a cloudy night, overcast, and he was out looking at the stars by himself. Why would you want to do that by yourself? I wouldn't want to look at the stars by myself. Actually, I mean, I probably would. No, I wouldn't. No, I don't do anything by myself. I always make Vincent go with me. Oh, yeah. If you post links, Nightbot might time you out, so be careful. Yeah, Tom, that could have been it. I think you took it out on Ethan because he was a man, and he was in that house with those girls that Bryan couldn't have. Allegedly. They saw him on video with his car. Yeah. But they don't have like a good picture of him. You know what I mean? In the car. Maybe they do. Maybe we don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if those little Ring cameras don't give us more information than the bigger cameras. I mean, the ones on WSU campus, they will probably be able to tell who's in the car. Like, to me, that I could see that. I could definitely see that. Those things are pretty massive cameras. Sorry, I went up and then I need to go back down. I was just... Ladybug, you changed your picture. Is that snow? We don't want snow. Ladybug, snow. Wait, why are you... Hold on a second. That's not our Ladybug. Wait, what's going on? Why is Ladybug gray? Am I seeing things? Wait, I'm losing it. It's a troll. Okay. I'm like, wait a minute. Hey, PJ. Did you get him? Because now I'm trying to... Okay. I'm just going to ban him. Okay. I took care of it. I'm like, why is she gray? I'm like, I didn't do anything. I'm like, no, you didn't do anything. I was like really about to like freak out. I'm so glad that I went back down through the chat because I was about to go off. Don't mess with Ladybug. Why does people always mess with you? You know what it is? I know what it is. It's because you're always here with me. Like you're always like the mod that's always here. I mean, like, because Mary Beth's doing her thing with her apartment and stuff right now, and you're always here like every night. I bet you that's what people are just crazy because they used to do that, I think, to Mary Beth too. Oh, that's okay, Doodlebug. Let me know if I know anything about it. Oh, they did find that young girl today, though. Let me go to X. I don't know her name. You guys probably know her name. I don't know her name. I know that SF was looking for her, though. She, like, showed up at the hospital. Elisa Petrov. I don't know if I'm saying that right. 15 years old. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. 15, like, I wonder how long it took her before she realized I ain't grown. Like, I ain't grown. You know what I mean? It took me 2 hours when I ran away. I was going to go over it. I was literally going to go over it tonight. But then I was like, well, she's been found and I want to keep her privacy, But then at the same time, it's a good thing to talk about because people need to know those kind of things. 4 dudes? I thought it was 3. Wow. Oh my God. I know talking to older men. But Felicia, do you remember being her age? We had AOL back then, right? Age, sex, location. It was a thing. I was like 13, going in them chat sites with my friends. You know what I mean? Like, we were kids. We didn't even know what that meant. But you know what I mean? You learn. So it's like, I can't believe 3 grown men lured her. Was she talking to those 3 men different, like separately, or did they know each other? Because I haven't gotten into that case. I just really have. I was going to start digging in today, and then I was like, I was going back and forth. So, but I think she was going to try to go to Vegas. Yeah. Lullabies. Yeah. Yeah. No one wants to really come stepping on my doorstep, knocking on my door. Oh yeah. Don't knock on my door. I will never answer it. If you're not telling me you're coming, yeah, just tell me you're coming first. I don't want to like hide in the closet for nothing because I'll be hiding in the closet. One sold the pics of her. She sent him. Oh my God, sweetly morbid. Oh my God. Oh my God. We didn't do that. That was one thing they didn't even ask. But I can see how it would be like being that age. I can see how the pressure for the kind of things are, out there. I mean, kids they're living in a world that we don't know about. Really. I mean, like I can run a YouTube channel, sort of. Like kind of. We're kind of running it over here. But other than that, I can't do nothing. Kids aren't. They're not. And they're not looking like it neither. My best friend's daughter, she graduated this year. I was like, dang, where did you come from? I got on Facebook the other day. I think it was like yesterday, and I was scrolling through and I'm just like shocked at everybody because I haven't been on there in like 2 years. I need to thank people from 2 years ago for the birthday wishes. Oh, thanks, Monchi. Go me. I'll be saying that tomorrow. Go T, because I got that doctor's appointment tomorrow. That's gonna be fun. That's gonna be a good time. Okay, I was making sure it was the right ladybug. I saw someone say hi to ladybug. I'm like, is that the right one? I wonder how they can copy your. I guess they could copy your name because anybody can have any name they want, but it's weird. I feel like if the name is taken, it should be taken. Do you know what I mean? Like YouTube, get on that. Like baby girl, if she has baby girl, nobody can have it. They could be baby girl number 1, baby girl number 2, or whatever, like you'd be the number 1 baby girl though. What true criminal do I say? I didn't see. Oh. Oh, wow. Good for Chattanooga. Yeah, but kids aren't acting like kids anymore. They're really not. I mean, My brother's trying to move his family out to the country just to get them out of the city. Like, just to. Hey, Stephanie Vincent. We actually were just finishing up with the live and we were discussing kids and we were discussing the missing girl, Elisa Petrov. She was found. Last night she went into a hospital, I believe it was, wasn't it? Or was it a local station? I'm trying to see. Police station. She walked into a local police station. When I ran away, I walked into a local hospital. That would have been me. That would have been me that did that. But no, they found her safe. I could have put her picture up. That way people know what we're talking about. She's so pretty. Like, look how pretty she is. Who would want older guys at that age? I wasn't like that. No. My mama would have been like, no, you're not. I love your name, Stephanie Vincent. My boyfriend's name is Vincent. Oh, no, it's okay, Jog. No, that's fine. I was finishing up anyway. I was finishing up the Idaho anyway, so your son just kicked your eye. Why he's not pulling out your earrings? Wasn't it your earrings or it's your hair that he gets? I know he gets something. Yeah. Warren, you're absolutely right. Yeah, Ted Bundy, that's it. And did you know that they were this? No, that wasn't him. That was Elliot Rodger. The same fraternity that Kaylee was in is the same one that Elliot Rodger was trying to target. Like he was knocking on the door and they didn't answer. So yeah, we got through like pretty much. Yeah, he could do it, and he would have left by 4:20, sped back through because he could have unalived all of them, and by less than 4:18. I mean, I'm being kind of generous, given 5 minutes in Xana's room. Yeah, Stephanie, she was found. I saw that Monchichi that Grizzly reported on today. Grizzly actually, I don't know if she wears it all the time, but I used to wear it all the time. I'm gonna go get one tomorrow. I broke mine, and then the other one got tarnished, kind of like the other two. I need to get a real one. That's what I need to do. But it's a silver necklace and it has 2 holes and they like interlock. And I used to wear this necklace on my channel. If you go back like 6 months, I wore it for like 2 years straight on my channel. Like every night I wore that same necklace pretty much. And when I was on her live, it was a while back, but I like popped in there and I was like, oh, she's wearing the same necklace as me. It was like the same exact necklace. I don't know if she got it from a little boutique store where she's from. I know she's from like another country, but that's where I got mine. Tom, Ladybug needs to drop the band hammer on the trolls. She doesn't look 15, no. No, she looks like she could be older than 15. In my opinion, I think she looks like she could be, I don't know. I'm not good with ages, but she does look like I don't know, maybe she looks younger. Let me look at her. She looks younger, doesn't she? I don't know. The picture on the left, she looks a little older than the picture on the right for some reason to me. Pretty Hate Machine, isn't she? I hope she hears this live because I know there's probably a lot of people that aren't talking kindly, Vincent's 3 years younger than me, so I can't say much, but but we're like 36 and he'll be 37 and I'll be 40. Don't you judge me on that neither. I have to write down a list of things I want to do before I turn 40. Get to the ducking point. Me too. Get to the ducking point. Said, looking at today's world, I realize I'm grateful. Or I realize I am grateful. I was sheltered and protected by my great parents growing up. Me too. Thank you, Felicia. I appreciate that. That was a fun one kind of to do. Is just because it was a different case put into the Idaho 4 case. I believe that them two could have been 2 peas in a pod. Oh, they definitely should, Tom. I bet you they did. I mean, they heard us all talking about it. I would think they would. You have the Facebook, Mr. Rosebud? Me too. Growing up, I didn't know running was an option. Well, I ran away, but mine was more because my friend was running away and I didn't want her to go by herself because I was like, you can't do that. But then I'm like saying goodbye to my puppy. Oh my God, it was so over the top. I'm over the top. I'm over the top. Let me just tell you that. 412 to 420 if you intend and on a mission. Yeah, plenty of time. Yeah. Oh, I will, Doodlebug. Where is it? Oh, Aries. I want to cross so bad. So I really want to cross and I wanted to get this. So this necklace here, like this little thing, and it says, I'm gonna have to read it, I forget. Always in my heart. I got this after my mom died. I got it at like the little jewelry counter at the mall, like the little pagoda. It's, like it's sterling silver, but I've had it forever. I used to wear it every single day. Every single day, this necklace never went off my neck. And I wore it on a short chain. So like, it was like up here. But I broke the chain and I never went and got another one. And so I just have it on this chain now and it's too long. So I do need to get another chain for it because I liked wearing this. It was just kind of like simple, but I do like the cross necklace idea. My mom had a cross necklace. Unfortunately, I didn't get her jewelry when she passed. That's another day, another story. Another story, another time. But if you're listening to this, you know who you are. I like something, please. Everything's sealed, Betsy. I hate it. Right? Pretty machine. I'm 50. I'm going to totally say that when I turn 52. I'm going to. I know, and it's going to be 10 years, but I know I'm going to say it like that. I'll probably do a video. I'm 50. Maybe I should do one when I turn 40. No, I don't think I want anyone to know I'm 40. So let's just keep that between us, okay? Us as friends, I'm just kidding. I know everyone's going to know. I drank alcohol when I was 12, but I didn't move. Hey, we drank when we were 12. We were 12 or 13, me and my best friend. We drank our friend's mom's liquor and then we filled it with like water. She didn't even know. I mean, she didn't come yelling at us or nothing. So, I mean, maybe she yelled at her sister, but didn't yell at us. But I remember we drank liquor and my tongue was like peeling. I don't know what kind of liquor we were drinking, but I remember like my tongue did something funny. And I remember we were in the bathroom freaking out, like, cause we were like 13 probably. We were so bad when we were young. Oh, I'm glad she's found safe too. Yeah, here I can take her off the screen now since we're talking about other stuff. I just knew a lot growing up, Ashley. Like my life was I was sheltered. I would say I was sheltered. Yeah, I probably was. I was spoiled. I would say that with love, not material things. Well, I had everything that I needed. And if I wanted something, I could ask my parents, they would get it for me. But I didn't ask for a lot. I didn't ask for a whole lot. I just worked when I turned 16 and got it, But they did shelter me in some ways, like my dad couldn't cuss in front of me, which we knew he cussed. I mean, he would slip. My mom would be like, she'd give him the nastiest look. But yeah, I would say me and my brother were pretty sheltered. I'd say my brother too. And my brother sheltered me also. You know how big brothers do. Oh, true crime lullabies. That's so sweet. It says faith in the back of it. Faith in myself, God, and my family. I love that. That's very sweet. And your mom and your grandmother had the same ones. That is really sweet. Oh, that's really sweet. It's like something that you're all going to have forever together, you know? Like you'll be like reunited in heaven, but you'll be united here with the necklaces. We drank in our Fords. Captain. We used to go to a fish pond. That's where the boys were. Man, I grew up in a country town, you know, a little country town. You're going to the old fish farms. I know, I do too, serious. Isn't that sweet? That's really nice. I'm glad I was a kid before the internet. No truer words were ever spoken. Jenna, you know? I'm so glad that I was a kid. Like, I was probably 12 when the internet started, like, popping off, you know? And that's when we started, like, taking a class for it. We had to take classes when I went to school to learn how to use the computer. That sounds old. If I said that to my nieces and nephews, they'd probably look at me like I was nuts. Very much so, Chris. Yep. Oh, Kathy, I'm sorry. That's so young. That's too young. That's too young. That's about the time that we got, Chris. Yeah, about 12 to 15 minutes. Well, we did, we kind of stretched it out, you know, 5 minutes for Zan and Ethan, but 4:10 enter, 4:06 he was seen on camera pulling up, like, you know, going back up King Road, and then 4:10 to enter, leaves about 4:20, enters in about 4:10. Kaylee and Maddie could have been unalived by 4:12, 4:13, and then he could have spent 4 to 5 minutes down in Xana's room, and that would put it about 4:18. So then he would leave the house, get back in his car. Takes a couple minutes, probably 1 minute to do that, really, maybe less than a minute. I'd say about a minute or less than a minute, and then peel out of there like a bat out of hell. That's what he was. He really pulled out there fast. Here, we'll watch that again before we jump off here. I think I still have it up here. Yeah, I do. It's so fast. Here, just turn it down. So 4:06, 4:07. This one doesn't turn to 4:07 though. But and then 4:20, there he is speeding. Like, I mean, that car goes out quick at 4:20. Oh yeah, I think I had it on the speed is on low. So if we do normal speed, that's fast. Didn't even stop at this. I don't even know if there is a stop sign down there actually, but didn't stop either. Either way, there's no stop sign, but didn't yield, nothing. Captain said I was 39 when I got my first laptop in 2000. We were shortwave pirates and talked to the airhead stations. Really? You're in radio books for? That's awesome. Remember two-way radios? Do they still have those? My dad died at 47 too. Ladybug. I was 22. Car accident. Heart attack, man. I'm sorry, Ladybug. Kaylee, 56 times. What? Where'd you hear that, Gary? There's no need to stab her that many times. I haven't seen or heard that in any documents or anywhere. I don't watch a lot of creators, but where did you hear that? Because, yeah. We know that Ethan's legs were carved into, but we don't know how many times he was stabbed. Right, Ashley? I feel like I lived like 3 lives. Oh. Sorry, Mr. Rosebud. That's kind of how my mom went. No warning. Literally, no warning. I called to see how she was doing. My aunt said her body's her organs are failing. Get to the hospital right now. Okay. I was like 11 in the morning, 5 o'clock, she was gone. I was pissed. Let's just say that. I was really pissed. I was mad. I was really mad. I wasn't like, I was sad, but I was mad at the same time. You know what I mean? You have to tell me which document, because I've read every document. I've never seen where they said she was stabbed any amount of times. Has anyone in the chat seen that? Yeah, I say, yeah, I didn't think so, baby girl. Thank you, Ladybug. Thank you for having this great channel, Tanya. I'm so happy I found all these good people. Oh, me too. Thank you, Ladybug. That was really nice of you. Someone said on my in my comment section, they're like, I love your content, but sometimes you talk too much. I said, well, I try to keep it to the end. I said, but we're live and these are my people. I don't know. I just always feel like, you guys are my people. Andy Libby said, I've only seen that quoted on Crackheads channels. I was going to say, was it TNT? Oh no, Mr. G would not have brought up that she was stabbed 56 times. He said that she was in the corner, slumped over. He did go there, but he never said how many times. I've never heard that. Because I would have had that as a title. No, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't have probably had that as a title because, that's mean, but. Oh, it was a rumor on Reddit. Oh, man. Well, 56 times. I mean, he wouldn't have to do it that many times. Do you know what I mean? That would just be like putting out strength that he wouldn't have to really put out. Especially if he knew there was other people in the house and he was going to kill them too, right? You wouldn't want to overexert yourself and get out all your energy in the first two victims, right? But I mean, that's if he knew he was going to kill more people. I think he knew that there were more than two people in that house. There was 4 or 5 cars sitting, 5 or 6 cars sitting out front. I mean, I think he would know. That's why I come on every night. My lips are like peeling. Feels like they are. They must be dry. Sorry. Oh, do we? We ask for likes too much? If you guys don't mind, could you like the video? I never ask for likes. I feel like I try not to. Actually, I do. I do throughout the live. Like, well, in the beginning, I will. And that's about it. And Mr. Rosebud said, hold my beer. I bet he didn't know a dog would be there. No, that was probably like, yeah, he probably didn't know that. But I also think that I think Kaylee might have been in her own bed. Maybe the doors were both open a little bit and Kaylee could hear something. So maybe she went to the edge of her bed and peeked out, could see a guy in there that wasn't Maddie's boyfriend. So she got up to go in there, like, what's going on? And I think that when she was doing that, maybe she was putting Murphy in the room at the same time and she's talking to Murphy saying there's someone here. And she's putting Murphy in, shutting the door, like just kind of telling, like reassuring the dog, like, oh, someone's here. Shuts the door, goes into Maddie's room. And that's, when all hell's breaking loose. Maybe she couldn't tell from where she was at exactly what was going on. She just saw a guy over, maybe over her. Maybe she ran in, or when she got in, she realized and she saw it and she jumped on the bed, and that's, to try to save Maddie. And that's how he got her on the bed. But I don't know. Yeah, leave their DNA on the like button. Or the like button, whichever one. Yeah, he hasn't spoke on his innocence. He didn't speak about nothing when they said, what do you want to plead? He didn't even stand up. He didn't do nothing. But we'll find out, baby girl, especially during trial. I hope we do anyway. Vincent was like, is the Karen Reed trial over with yet? I guess he stopped following it. And I was like, nope, not yet. Still going strong. And he's like, oh, dang. He's like, how much longer? I was like, I don't know. I haven't been following it. And he said, or I told him Bryan Kohberger's trial is supposed to be 3 months. And he was like, what? 3 months? I'm like, yeah. He's like, you better give nightly recaps every night too. I said, I will. Jeez, Vincent. He just knows that it's going to be 3 months. So he wants to make sure we're full in this chat so that we can all talk to each other. Yeah, you don't do bad, Ladybug. We'd be asking all the time now. Everybody better be liking it. Like this video. Or creepy crawlies will come in your bed tonight. Yeah, like there's like those YouTube channels that say that. Or the centipede will come after you. Oh, thanks, Christina. I appreciate it. Thanks for listening, guys. Only day 2 of the defense. That's what I thought. I thought the defense just started. Oh, man. Doodlebug, I wonder when it's going to be done. I wonder when. Man, that's another case. I don't really follow Karen Reed that much. Let me see if there's anything else I wanted to show you guys. I want to pin this because I want to keep that. I'm going to keep this. And then tomorrow we'll go back to our podcast that we've been listening to. The Idaho Massacre. I was trying to think of what it was called. And I'll try to reach back out to Body Movement. She might have not saw my message. So I'll try to reach back out to her, see if she wants to come on either like this weekend or next weekend or whatever weekend she wants to. We are open to her schedule. And what else was I going to tell you guys? Yeah, so we'll do so tomorrow. The last episode of season 1 will be out, and then so that's Tuesday, Wednesday, we are going to go over jury selection for the Bryan Kohberger case. Like what will be the written questionnaire? Like what would we like what questions would we want to see on the questionnaire and all that kind of stuff. So I'm making a list right now of the questions that I would want to see on the questionnaire so I can show them to you guys. And Brian Enton did a video. It's been like a few days, but he was talking about, just the questioning of the jury and stuff. So it'll all kind of tie in together. But that's all I have for you. I appreciate it so much. Thanks for liking my voice. I appreciate that. Everyone used to tell me when I was young I had the most annoying voice ever. So for you guys to say that, that means a lot. That means a lot. They used to say that I sounded like the girl off The Nanny. My voice is not that high pitched. My voice is like lower. I don't even know where they got that. Maybe my voice got lower as I got older, but why would you be saying that about me? My brother used to call me Olive Oil, though. Is that her name, Olive Oil? Popeye's girlfriend. Yeah. I was like paper thin. I know, right? It must have been maybe before I hit puberty or something, because my voice is pretty low. Them little sons of guns, they're probably just messing with me. But I think I used to laugh like her, maybe. No, I never laughed like her. I can hear her laugh right now, and I never laughed like that. I'm gonna ask my brother. I'm gonna be like, brother, why'd you say that? Why did you? I want to know now. I have a little Southern accent. Yeah, I have it's weird. My accent's weird. It's, I'm from Philadelphia. I was born in Philadelphia. My parents are from there, but I was raised in Ohio. But I sound like I'm from like even Southern than that sometimes. Oh, Ashley, you definitely sound Southern, but you do not look like you would sound Southern, if that makes sense. Like when you open your mouth, it's like butter. You're just like, it's just like, I love your voice. I love the Southern accents. Philly here too, see, Jog. That's why we get along. You an Eagles fan? I am. Came out of the womb as an Eagles fan. Should have been probably a boy, but I was a girl. So we tossed the ball. We didn't play football. We just tossed it. But I'm very good at tossing a football. Mouth of the South. That's funny. Probably a little both. That's so funny. You're not an Eagles fan? Oh, that's okay, Jog. That's okay. We'll make you into one. They are the best. No, I used to watch football with my dad all the time. He was a big Eagles fan. So, but thank you guys for being here tonight. I appreciate it. I'll be back on tomorrow at 9:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. we're going to do a lot of members live this week. So I might actually end up doing it tomorrow if I'm not too tired. The doctors wear me out, guys. I'm sorry. It's just crazy how much they wear me out. But today I did pretty good. So I think we'll be good. But we'll probably do it tomorrow. I want to get the Discord set up, but I need your guys' help. And then I know there's some people in the chat that said that they needed help, just like even just navigating it. So I thought you guys could come up, like someone can come up on panel and help me figure out how to work the Discord. So, but thank you guys for being here. I appreciate it. I will see you guys all tomorrow night or tomorrow during the day. So make sure you have your alert set to on and all notifications. And I will see you guys all in the next live. Bye, guys.
Just like the street lights lit this town, like a fire in a blaze, gotta burn it down. Can't be afraid to leave this out. We got this far, don't know how. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we're gonna let it away. Tonight, we're gonna let it away. Tonight, we're gonna let it away. Just like the sunrise, we're gonna let it away. Just like a spark that